Hello everybody, my name is Connor and we are here with Nanami versus Gojo. I really like this matchup, not because it's favored as far as I'm concerned, but I don't know, it's just fun. And I like Nanami and Gojo, so we are going to go ahead and discard one of our Nanamis and with the NobleAsta there and pass turn starting first. And I am using my Kaiju number 8 playmat. If you like my playmat, I made it myself. I designed it. I didn't make it. But you can find one or commission your own at thousandnoble.com. Shameless plug. And yeah, I think it's pretty nice. I very much enjoy the energy tracker, which you can see I've got my little Mimikyu there to help me out track my energy, make sure I'm not playing cards without the energy. Which my opponent and I were talking. There is a chance he did play something on less energy, and he wanted to make sure that I acknowledged that he knows, and it was a misplay. So, but this is just casual, so no big deal. But he is going to go ahead and get that full energy line and play out the Gojo double blocker. This double blocker really annoying, honestly. You have to target. If you target it with a removal spell or something of that nature, you have to pay an extra AP. So really hard to remove for the most part. And we're going to go ahead and drop the UG on the back line just to make sure that when we raid with our rare battle UG that this is, that we could still have energy. So just double checking, making sure I have to pay the extra energy to bounce the blocker to hand, and we are going to go ahead and take first life, no trigger on that, and pass turn. So sitting at a good amount of energy, which with this deck 4 energy is all I really need, so that's where I like to be. The double energy Gojo, so good in this deck, but they always end up in my life, which they don't have a trigger. Very unfortunate, but understandable. Our hand is looking a little rough. We haven't seen any of Sukuna's fingers. Sukuna finger really helps us to just get deeper and deeper into our deck with our Sukuna's finger, as well as raiding Sukuna. And the raid Sukuna does, the more fingers you have, I think it's like 2 fingers and you gain 5,000 in impact. So they are going to go ahead and play down that blocker Gojo again and pass, and we are going to decide what we want to do here. Yeah, unfortunately, like, I want to get Nanami on the board because I have my special, but I need Nanami on the board to make good use of it. We are going to tap 1 to draw. We get a raid UG. I'm seeing so many raids and so little UGs. So there's a couple things we can do here, and I think that what I picked is a decent choice. I'm gonna go ahead, move our blocker UG to the front. He is only 3k on my opponent's turn, and yeah, we are gonna tap to draw, tap to play a 0 cost in the back, and tap to play blocker UG. I go to swing it, realizing it's just gonna get blocked. And we swing, and he gets a get trigger in that NobleAsta, that 0 cost NobleAsta passing turn. He's gonna go ahead and scoot. I don't remember her name, but on play she gives a character a +1,000, and he's gonna play Gojo in the back line. I think that's the double energy Gojo, and I think this is the turn where he thinks he miscounted his energy. So 4, 5, 6. No, that is 6 energy. I think that Gojo generates 2. He's gonna go ahead, play out that Gojo after tapping the UG that kills itself to gain double energy. He's then gonna play domain expansion for free off of the Gojo, replacing the UG with another UG, putting that UG he replaced in removal, and he's gonna hit the raid UG with the Hollow Purple. Hollow Purple, a really strong removal card. Instead of sending it to the trash, sends it straight to removal, or to sideline, excuse me. It sends it straight to removal, so there's no way that they can get it back. We are going to end up taking a hit, getting one of our double energy Gojos. I swear, they're always in my life. And we are actually going to draw into a Sukuna's Finger, which is great, but all my Yujis are on the front line, so I don't want to rest a Yuji. I feel like resting a Yuji would put me in a not so great spot. I guess realistically looking, I could have rested the blocker Yuji and that would have been okay, but I actually end up playing, tapping 1 to draw, seeing if I can get something to help me out here, maybe even a Yuji so I can hold on to Finger, but I actually decide to just go ahead. I'm gonna tap, I'm thinking about playing the Nanami there, but I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tap 1 to play Finger to trash another life, and it is Sukuna's Finger. So we get 2 of Sukuna's Fingers in our trash in 1 turn. Unfortunately, we did lose a life, but I do get to restand, and I think I get to draw. Do I forget to do that? No, I think I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, so I end up drawing into a Yuji, and with our 2 AP, I'm going to play Yuji in the back line, and we are going to finally get to raid a Sukuna, and get some decent pressure, drawing 2 and trashing. I'm going to trash the raid Yuji. We have so many raid Yuji targets that I'd rather play another Sukuna over a raid Yuji at this point. Especially because raid Yuji can't pounce the 6 energy Gojo, but 6 energy Gojo really good at getting bodies on the board, so don't know if I even would want to bounce it, but we're gonna go 5 with impact, and he is thinking about blocking with his Gojo, but he ends up just taking it, getting a Gojo. So I don't know if you guys wanted a Gojo deck, but this is the Gojo deck. And I did hear, I haven't looked too much into JJK2, but I did hear it gets better in the second set. So pretty excited to see how that goes and how it improves, because I feel like it has the potential to be really good. I don't know if it's just not being played and that's why we haven't found that potential, but I don't know. I really like yellow decks in Union Arena. I think they're really great. I am a big Stern Ritters fan. I gotta rebuild my deck though. I'm not very good at deck building, so playing out the Gojo, tapping 1 to play the Gojo, not being able to play it out with the 6-cost Gojo ability, and then playing an Obara in the back line, and there's a couple swings coming at us here. The 5, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take another Gojo, the double energy Gojo, I swear, and the 35, I am going to just go ahead and block with my Yuji, and he passes turn, and we get a Nanami, a small 0-cost Nanami. That's great. I love having him sit on the back line so I can just use my removal spells. Because there are some decks that can mess with your front line and your back line, and that is super annoying, but for those, most of them cannot. So having a Nanami in the back line until I want to raid him out is pretty solid. So I am thinking about tapping 2 Dawn to remove one of the double blockers, but I'm also thinking, do I tap 2 to play, or 2 Dawn, 2 AP, do I tap 2 to play out the Nanami? And I think Nanami would have been a fine option. I can't tell how many cards I have in trash. I know I want to keep 2 fingers in my trash at least. So we go ahead and we play out Maki to draw 2 and trash 1 of the 2. And yeah, I think at this point I trash Nanami. I do have the 4-cost 2 AP Nanami in my hand. And the more Yuji targets, the better. So we swing, and he ends up getting the, I believe it, I posted, there is a picture of it coming up, but it's called Red. There it is, Curse Technique, Reversal Red, which is an active trigger, but it's actually a really interesting card, and we'll talk about that a little more in here. He and I, it's casuals, we're talking about, we're both trying to cook against the Tanjiro Nezuko deck. He's more of a chef than I am. He's the Zeph to my Sanji, if you will, if you're a One Piece gamer, which maybe you are because you are watching my channel, and we do a lot of One Piece. But yeah, I think that he, and with the reversal red, or the curse technique red, he made that double blocker Gojo so tall that I just could not swing into it. So, and here he plays Unlimited Void, which is going to basically rest my Sukuna for as long as he has a Gojo on the field, which I don't know if you've seen how many Gojos he has, but it's a couple. So he swings to 5 with Gojo, and I end up getting a raid trigger, another 5, and I get another rage trigger. Crazy idea. That I think my triggers this game are not great, but we are gonna go ahead and put Sukuna in the removal, and Nanami, get that raid out on Nanami, block the blocker there, and pass. So we get another removal spell, which is a decent option. I think it's potentially one of our best options, just to try and get rid of one of the Gojos. I think is probably what I should have done, but I get tunnel vision on these blocker Gojos. Oh good, I removed one of the Gojos. That one specifically, I remember saying, set that to the bottom of his deck, and that's good. And look how hard I'm thinking, dude. It's crazy. We're gonna go ahead and trash Maki, putting her to removal to raid another Sukuna. Doesn't feel great, but doesn't feel terrible. And I think I forget to draw 2 actually off of this Sukuna because I'm so focused on. Oh no, I do. Okay. Getting a Nanami and a Yuji. We go ahead and trash the Yuji. We need to make sure we have a Nanami on board. And speaking of making sure we have a Nanami on board, there's the hollow purple, removing our Nanami, but a small plus, when Nanami gets removed, I do get to trash the top 2 cards of my deck, helping me get into overtime. And yeah, at this point, I'm like, okay, I can't swing, so go ahead and pass. And this is looking pretty tough. He's gonna go ahead and push Nobara, or he's thinking about pushing Nobara, tap 1 to draw, then push Nobara up. And yeah, I'm sitting in a pretty tough spot. I need a big trigger to come through, I think. And there is the curse technique reversal red. This is going to, if I'm not mistaken, push Sukuna onto my backline. If my backline was full, this would kill something, put it in removal, and basically make it so if, for instance, you were playing Tanjiro and Nezuko, you couldn't get that back out of your trash. So that's the idea. I think that he is going for. And looking at this game, I feel like I made a couple poor choices. I should have blocked with Yuji, the blocker Yuji, or not the blocker Yuji, but the double energy 3000, 1000 more Yuji a little earlier. And yeah, I think we're just kind of talking about like the deck and how he's changed it. And yeah, I think it's a solid deck. I think it's got some really good potential, and I'm really hoping he's feeling strong or confident enough to play it at locals. So we get another raid after he taps Nobaro to rest our blocker, and I just go ahead and take, knowing that I'm not living, and it is Sukuna's finger. So not a lot of crazy triggers in my hand. I don't think this hand was a terrible start, but could have definitely used some better triggers. I think I got only raid triggers if I remember correctly. But that is the name of the game, and I still had a pretty good time. And the Nanami deck for me has been feeling not as, I don't want to say consistent, but like good, I guess, as the Kurapika deck. And those are my only decks right now. I've retired Muzan until Demon Slayer 2, because he's just too slow right now. And I don't think I'm building another Demon Slayer deck. I do have a game where I borrow my friend's Demon Slayer deck, so I'll probably borrow some homies' decks to try those out. But yeah, Nanami and Kurapika are my 2 decks. I also have Bomber, but that's more of a meme deck. Maybe I'll give Bomber a try again. Who knows? But yeah, that is going to do it for me, guys. If you guys like this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.